I've inserted an HTML5 video in this page, and it works just fine in Internet Explorer 9 or any other modern browser. Let's take a quick look. Unfortunately, earlier versions of Internet Explorer and other older browsers don't support HTML5 video. Because they still represent a large share of the browser market, you need to provide some sort of fallback. In this video, I'll show you how to do so, either with text or by creating a flash video that plays when the browser doesn't support HTML5 video. Let's go to Dreamweaver and take a look at the property inspector for the video. On the right side here, you've got two options, fallback text and flash fallback. If you don't need to support IE8 or earlier, you can simply write some text in the fallback text field, saying that the browser doesn't support HTML5 video. That will be seen by older browsers but not by modern browsers. But that's not terribly friendly. A better idea is to provide some flash fallback. To create a flash fallback, you need to use the Adobe Media Encoder to convert the MP4 video to a flash video file. And optionally, you also need to use Flash Professional to create a dedicated Swift file to play the video. Both programs are included in a Creative Cloud subscription. So let's open the Media Encoder. You need to add the MP4 file to the queue. So click this plus button at the top left of the queue panel. And then in the Workshop Assets, go to the Begin folder, Video, and then select kingscanyon.mp4 and click Open. To create a suitable fallback file, you need to change the default settings. The Media Encoder has got a lot of presets which you can select by clicking this down arrow here, but unfortunately none of them is really suitable for a flash fallback. So instead, click the value in the preset field, and that opens the Export Settings dialog box. First thing you need to do is to change format from F4V to FLV. Then select the Video tab, and we need to go down and find frame rate and change that to 15. Then scroll down a little bit further, and here we've got bitrate settings. Bitrate encoding, you've got two options, CBR, which is constant bitrate, and VBR, which is variable bitrate. Because of the movement in the video, you need variable bitrate. And because there's quite a lot of movement in the video, you need to select two encoding passes. But you can set the bitrate level to low. That might seem a bit harsh, but it keeps the file size down while maintaining reasonable quality. Next, select the Audio tab, and instead of stereo, you want the output to be in mono, and the bitrate settings, change that from 128 to 64. And those are all the changes that you need to make, so just click the OK button. The Media Encoder automatically uses the same file name as the original, but with an FLV file name extension, and it saves the file in the same folder. If you need to make any changes, just click this value here and make the changes yourself, but I don't need to make any changes there, so I'm just going to run the encoding by clicking this right-facing green arrow at the top here. And you can watch the progress of the encoding down here in the encoding panel. I set encoding passes to 2, so the video is going to be played twice. But when the final video is completed, there'll be only one copy of the video in the file. Takes just a little bit longer to finish encoding. And there we are, it's been done. So let's go back to Dreamweaver. When you've created the FLV file, you can open Code View and insert a new line just before the closing video tag, and then insert the flash video using flash video in the media category of the insert panel. This inserts Dreamweaver's standard flash video code between the video tags, as well as adding an external JavaScript file and 3 Swifts to the site. As long as all files are uploaded, older browsers that have JavaScript enabled will see the flash video. However, Adobe's recommended approach is to create a dedicated Swift file for the flash video. It's a relatively simple and quick operation, so let's open up Flash Pro. So here we are in Flash Pro, and in Create New, select ActionScript 2.0. And this opens a blank stage. First we need to save it, so File and save it in the same folder as the Flash video. So it's the Begin folder and Video, and we'll call this Kings Canyon .fla and save it. And then we need to change the size of the stage so it's the same size as the video. That's 640 by 360. To play the Flash video, we need a Flash Video Player component. So go to Window and select Components. Then we need to open Video and select FLB Playback and drag that instance onto the stage. And we can close the Components panel. And we need to make the Flash Video Player component the same size as the video and make it fill the entire stage. So it needs to be up here at 0, 0, and then the width needs to be changed to 640 and the height to 360. We don't want auto play or auto rewind, so deselect those and then select the content path. And you need to browse to the kingscanyon.flv, select that, and there we've got the correct path in there, so click OK. Gets the metadata, then select Skin Auto Hide, and that's basically it. So we need to check the Publish settings. We don't need an HTML wrapper, so you can deselect that and change the target to Flash Player 9, and then click Publish. And we've now published our SWIF. So let's go back to Dreamweaver. And if you open the video folder, you'll see that 2 SWIF files have been added. This first one, Clear Over Play Seek Mute SWIF, that's the skin or controls. This one down here, kingscanyon.swif, that's the movie that actually plays the video. It loads the FLV file into it. And it's very important to move the skin, the controls, to the same folder that contains the page that's got the video in it. So I'm going to select this and move it to the root of the site where kingscanyon.html is. Don't need to update, and now I'm ready to insert the Flash fallback. So click the Browse icon alongside Flash fallback, and then go to the video folder, and it's not the FLV file that I want to select, but kingscanyon.swif. Click OK, and what Dreamweaver has done is it's inserted an embed tag there with the details of the SWIF that loads the Flash video. I need to make a couple of changes, so I'm going to click in Code View inside this embed tag, and that brings up in the Property Inspector the normal properties for a Flash movie. Now if you try to use the play button, it won't work because it's only using the embed tag, and Dreamweaver's live view doesn't recognize the embed tag. But what you do need to do is to click this circular arrow to set the size to the correct size for the SWIF, and also you need to set the class. Although it says class float right down here, what's happening is that's inheriting it from the video tag, but older browsers don't recognize the video tag, so you need to apply the class directly to the embed tag. So if I just open that and select float right, it's now added the class directly. So all that remains is to save the page, and it's ready for testing in an old browser. So here it is in Internet Explorer 7. The playback is a little jerky, and I've turned off the sound because I'm viewing the video in a virtual PC, but I've tested it on an old laptop and the quality is excellent. So to create a Flash fallback, use the Adobe Media Encoder to convert the MP4 video into a Flash video file. Then use Flash Pro to create a SWIF file to play the video using an FLV player component. And remember to move the SWIF that contains the controls to the same folder as the web page that contains the video.